Fans are filtering in, taking their seats at the Astrodome, waiting for the scoreboard operator to set off the bull. Good afternoon, everybody. It's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Spokane Steve here with you. We got a game today. The date is April 28th, 1966, and it's the St. Louis Cardinals at the Houston Astros. A couple of righties on the mound today. Nelson Briles for St. Louis. Robin Roberts for the Astros. Roberts, of course, near the end of his career by this point. Briles had a nice card, very good against righties. He's a little vulnerable to lefties on this card. He's got a little home run problem against lefties, but very good against righties, and yet he comes into the game. Well, let's take a look. He's made 2 starts, 1 relief appearance. He has an 11.74 ERA in 7 2/3 innings. He's been hammered. 16 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned. Roberts, who has a terrible card, he's made 3 starts, 1 relief appearance. It has a 5.93 ERA in 13 2/3 innings of work. Both pitchers come into the game 0-1, of course, as I've probably already mentioned. So I'll give you the lineups, and then we can get this one going here today. For the Cardinals, it will be Lou Brock leading off in right field. Alex Johnson in left field moves up to the 2 spot. Curt Flood in center bats third. Tim McCarver will do the catching and hit cleanup. Charlie Smith at third base. George Kernack is at first base, computer-only card. Julian Javier plays second base and hits 7th. Jerry Buchek, the shortstop, bats 8th, and Briles hits 9th. For Houston, it'll be Joe Morgan leading off at second base. Sonny Jackson is at shortstop. Jimmy Wynn, the toy cannon, bats third and plays center. Jim Gentile at first base, hitting 4th. Rusty Staub in right field. Bob Aspromonte at third base, bats 6th. Lee May is in left field, moved down to the 7th spot. John Bateman's behind the dish, batting 8th. And Roberts on the mound, bats 9th. St. Louis comes into the game a slightly disappointing 5-8 on the young season so far. Houston, kind of a surprising 8-7. So this should be an interesting game. And the Astros take the field. Got some running around to do today. Stopping, got some Kung Pao at Panda Express. Oh yeah, there are better Kung Pao, of course, in town at various Chinese restaurants. But for something quick on the go, it's not bad. All right, Roberts has completed his warm-ups as Lou Brock steps in, left-handed batter. Roberts gets his sign from Bateman, and here's the first pitch of the game. That's going to be a 2-9 against the right-hander. He struck him out, and we are underway. Strikeout for Robin Roberts. 1 down. Roberts, of course, at the tail end of his career, as I previously mentioned. He, let's see, I think he's like almost 40 years old at this point. Well, let's take a quick peek here. His last season, he was 39 years old in 1966, so pretty close. Here's Alex Johnson now. Roberts the windup. The pitch to AJ is a 1-5 against the righty. Swung on and missed strike 3, and holy cow, Robin Roberts is announcing his presence with authority. 2 away, and here's Curt Flood. Roberts a sign from Bateman. And here's the pitch. That's a 4-3 against the righty. Grounded to the pitcher X. Roberts a 5-E26, so hold your breath on this one. Here's the roll on the play. On a 16, that's the error range. We've got a roll of 6 on a 26, and he boots it. Error Robin Roberts. So E1, I was mentioning the other day how many E1s I've seen entering these games when I was playing catch-up. Flood's a star 15 stealer. Robert's a +1. Bateman is 0, so he'd be a 16 not held on. They will have to hold him on, making him a 1 through 14, as Tim McCarver steps in from the left side. God, I lost my voice again. Another sip of coffee. Roberts from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Tim McCarver on a 1-12. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Staub to the wall. Gone. Just barely. Holy cow. Tim McCarver. And of course, both of those runs will be unearned. Robin Roberts, unlucky today. He should have been out of that inning. Of course, he made the error himself. So he's got no one to blame but himself. But let's take another look at that home run. On a 112 to a righty, it's a homer to 10. The roll is a 9. McCarver just barely clears the fence with that one. But clear the fence he does, and it's 2-0 St. Louis. And here's Charlie Smith now. Roberts into the windup. The pitch to Smith, a 5-6 to the righty, is a fly ball into right field. That's going to be playable for Staub. He's under it now, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But 2 runs for the Cardinals on 1 hit, a blast by McCarver. And it is 2-0 St. Louis as we go to the bottom of the first. Okay, give me a second here. I got to get some water or something and try to clear my throat a little bit. Okay. And we're back. All right, that's better. Not perfect, but better. Joe Morgan will be leading it off for Houston here at the bottom of the inning. Bryles gets his sign from McCarver. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to Little Joe. It's a 3-9 against the right-hander. Tapper down to shortstop. Buchek has it. Over to Kernick. 1 away. Morgan, hang on now. Where is Joe Morgan? He's the National League leader in walks. Comes into the game hitting .264 with 15 walks, 15 runs scored, 1 home run. And here's the, oh, you're right, Kurt, thank you. I put the 200 runs over here. Neglected to give the Astros the error there. And here's Sonny Jackson now with 1 away. Jackson comes into the game hitting a robust .339. He scored 10 times. The Astros have played 15 games. Morgan's played in all of them. Sonny 14 of the 15 as Bryles comes set. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 1-4 against the right-hander. A pop up to first base. Kernick under it. He's there, and there's 2 down. And welcome, Kurt. I forgot to mention. Glad to have you with me today. An almost spring-like day in Spokane. Temperatures hovering around 45. Still overcast and a little foggy. And with 2 away, here's the toy cannon. Here's the pitch from Bryles now to Jimmy Wynn. It's a 4-8 against the right-hander. Fly to left field. Johnson drifting back now, has a bead on it, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Bryles. We played an inning here at the Dome, and it's Cardinals 2, Astros nothing. And greetings, Mike C., and welcome. Glad you could join me today. Little later start due to some errands I had to run. Kernick, Javier, and Buchek. Let's take a look at Kernick. The computer-only card comes into this game batting .342. He has only 1 RBI, however. Kind of an interesting line for Buchek. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts in 38 at-bats. He's played quite a bit in the early going. The card only has, I would say we're probably getting near the end of even seeing Buchek. Let's take a, not Buchek, Kernack. I'm sorry, Kernack. Get your head in the game, Steve. Kernack only had 50 at-bats in the whole season in real life, so yeah. Probably won't be seeing him too much longer. Roberts gets ready now. And the pitch to Kernack. That's a 5-10 to the left-hander. It's catcher's card X. That's going to be Bateman, a 3E9. One of the defensive ratings I really have issue with. Bateman, a 3. I think he kind of got screwed because Bateman, from my memory, was a very good defensive catcher. Here's the roll in the play. 3E9 on a 15. He makes the play. It's a foul out to the catcher X. 1 away. We'll get Kernack's card out of the way here. And here's Julian Javier. Javier comes in struggling so far this season, batting a mere 127. No homers, 2 runs batted in. Here's the pitch from Roberts. That's a 4-3 to the right-hander. Grounded to the pitcher X once again, a 5E26. The fans holding their breath on this one. It's a 20, and he can't get it. It's a base hit this time. So Roberts killing himself for this fielding here. And Javier's a star stealer, a star 16. Roberts a +1, Bateman a 0, so it would be a 17. He'll have to be held on. That would make him a 1 through 15. And with Buchek at the bat, he's going to try for that lead, 2 through 5 or 11. It's a 12. He does not establish a good lead. And here's Roberts' next pitch to Jerry Buchek. A 3-4 against the righty. Grounder to third. That's going to be 2. Aspromani to Morgan to Gentile. Double play. And that's why Javier tried to steal. Stay out of the double play, but unable to establish a good lead. Buchek bounces into the 5-4-3. Cardinals go down in the second. No runs a hit, nobody left on. And it's still 2-0 St. Louis. Bryles getting ready to work in the bottom of the second now. Just getting underway, folks. Pull up a chair, get yourself a cup of coffee. Spend about an hour with me here today, and welcome Gerald. Bryles ready to go, and up steps Jim Gentile now. Gentile comes into the game hitting .279, no homers, 7 runs batted in. Bryles into the windup now. Here's the pitch, a 6-10 to the lefty is a fly to center field X. That's going to be Flood. Flood, a 1E0, makes the dice roll merely a formality, as he makes an incredible diving running catch in center field. Oh my goodness, on a 2. He makes a catch that only a 1 outfielder could make. And it's a web jam by Curt Flood. Holy cow, they're showing that again on the replay. What a frickin' play. And that's right, Mike. Yeah, Bateman with the Phillies in 72. Now, if I remember right, he was still a good defensive catcher then. Didn't he play for Montreal, too, for a short while? Or am I getting him mixed up with someone else? Bacabella, probably. Here's Staub now. Rusty Staub comes in batting a robust .333, and his 10 RBIs is second on the team, only to Jimmy Wynn. As Bryles goes into the windup, it's a 3-4 to the right-hander. It's a comebacker. Bryles knocks it down, picks it up over to Kernack, 2 away. And here's Bob Aspromonte. Strat-O-Matic off to a slow start, batting only .210. He does have 3 home runs and 9 RBIs, however. So .210, but a productive .210. And here's the pitch from Brian. That's going to be a 4-9 to the right-hander. And Strat-O-Matic has a base hit right up the middle. 2-out single for Strat-O-Matic. Not a threat to run, as Lee May steps to the plate. May batted in the number 2 spot most of the season so far. He's hitting .267 on the young season. 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Bryles from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to May. That's going to be a 3-10 against the righty. Single 2 stars. Single into right center. Over to pick it up is Flood. Strat-O-Matic turns and keeps on chugging into third. And the Astros have runners at the corners. And here's John Bateman. We were just talking about John Bateman. And here he is. Bateman batting .236 on the season. 2 homers, 6 ribbies. Bryles from the stretch now. Pitch to Bateman is a 3-10. That's going to be a high fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Alex Johnson to the track, to the wall. It's gone. Bateman has just put the Astros in the lead with a 2-out, 3-run blast. Here in the bottom of the second. Holy cow, let's take another look. 3-10 to 14. The roll is a 2. And how about that? John Bateman. He hit 17 that year. In this replay, that's his 3rd home run of the season. And thank you, Mike. Yeah, that's where I remember Bateman from. I'm almost certain was from the Expos. 3-2 Astros. The Astros have had a potent offense so far. One of the things that surprised me in compiling the stats is they were 2nd in the league in runs scored, behind only the mighty Atlanta Braves lineup. Does that surprise anyone else? It sure did me. Here's Roberts now, switch hitter. He'll be batting lefty against Bryles. 1W. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-6. Struck him out. And that will end the inning. But Houston, on a 2-out, 3-run blast by Bateman, takes a 3-2 lead after 2 complete. It's Astros 3, Cardinals 2. Well, that doesn't surprise me in some ways. I mean, McCarver should have been a lifetime Cardinal, let's face it. I'm surprised he wasn't. Here's Bryles now, a right-handed batter, 1W. Robin Roberts into the windup. And here's the pitch. It's going to be a 6-7 to the right-hander. Grounder to second base X. That's Joe Morgan. 3E30 as Morgan ranges behind the bag. Here's the roll on the play. On a 14, he's got it. Turns and throws in time. 1 down. So 4-3X, 1 away. And it's back to the top of the order and Lou Brock. Brock comes in batting a rather disappointing .230 so far. He does have 5 steals, 4 runs scored, 1 homer, and 7 runs batted in. And here's the pitch to Roberts. It's a 4-4 to the left-hander, a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Strat-O-Matic. Very sure-handed Strat-O-Matic, a 2E18 down there. And here's the play. On a 12, that will be the error rating. It's a 9. The roll is a 9, rather. What did I say he was? An 18. He makes the play. So Brock retired 5-3X, 2 to the X chart this inning. And here's Alex Johnson. Johnson struck out his first time up. Came into the game batting .314, a pair of homers, 6 ribbies. The pitch from Roberts, a 3-9 against the right-hander. High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes May. That's off the wall, and it bounces away from May. May chasing it down. Johnson rounding second. He's going to third. May's throw. He's in there. Alex Johnson with a 2-out triple. The most exciting play in baseball, they say, and who am I to argue? Let's take another look at that one. A 3-9 is a homer to 6. On the roll of a 10, he's in there with a triple. So 2-out triple for Alex Johnson. And that'll bring up Curt Flood. Flood off to a horrible start. Came into the game hitting 167. 1 homer, 4 RBIs. Roberts full windup now. 2 away, runner on third. The pitch to Flood, a 6-5 is a grounder to shortstop X. That will be Sonny Jackson, a 3-E-40. Here's the roll on the play. On a 3, he's not going to get that. It's a base hit. That'll drive in the tying run. So a 2-out single by Flood. And boy, did Flood ever need that. Maybe that's just what he needed to get him going. He drives in AJ, and it's a tie ball game. And that'll bring up McCarver. McCarver, the leading hitter on the team, he came into this game with a .412 average, 14 for 34. 1 homer, 4 runs batted in. Roberts into the windup now. The pitch to Tim McCarver is a 1-8 high fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Staub. It's off the wall, bounces into the corner away from Staub. Staub chasing it down now. Wynn over to pick it up. McCarver rounding, and he's in with a triple. Holy crap, 2 triples in the inning. 1-8. Homer to 2. The roll is a 6. And that's an RBI triple for McCarver. Flood comes in to score. McCarver into third. And just like that, it's 4-3 Cardinals in the seesaw game so far. And here's Charlie Smith. Action already in the Houston pen. They're going to need a long man today. I'm looking for a computer-only card. I've got Kroll. I thought I had a Simbera card somewhere. Oh, I got Mahaffey though. Okay, Art Mahaffey getting loose. And here's Roberts' pitch to Charlie Smith. On a 4-8, that's a double to 5. That's going to be a base hit, and that'll drive in another run. RBI single Charlie Smith. 3 runs scored so far in the inning. It's 5-3. And that'll bring up Kernick. Kernick fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Roberts from the stretch. The pitch to Kernick. A 6-5 is a grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Jackson, a 3-E-40. And here's the play. On a 12, that'll be the error range. So an E-40. The roll is a 10, and he makes the play to retire the side. Nice play, Sonny Jackson. 6-3X. The Cardinals score 3 on 4 hits and leave 1. After 2.5, it's Cards 5, Astros 3. And Roberts came very close to getting knocked out in that inning. I'm not expecting him to go much longer. And welcome Franklin Long. And a shout out to Mike Terranova. Glad to have you with me, guys. I've got frog in my throat again today. I apologize. Yeah, if we were in Vegas, they would check the dice, Franklin. The Phils brought McCarver back in 75 till 80. That makes sense. That makes sense because they went back to St. Louis together. McCarver and Carlton, that is. They go back, as we used to like to say. Okay, bottom of the third and top of the order for the Astros. Here's Joe Morgan to start things off. Morgan tapped to short his first time up. Bryles now into the windup. Here's the pitch to Little Joe. It's a 5-7, and that's a base hit into right field. So Morgan with a leadoff single. And the Astros answering right back. Morgan a star 15 stealer. Bryles a 0 hold. McCarver a -1. So Morgan would be a 14. They're going to hold him on, which would make him a 1 through 12. And here's Sonny Jackson. Bryles from the stretch now. Pitch to Sonny Jackson on a 110. Smacks a line drive, but right at Buchek for the out. Throws it back to first. Morgan back in time. Liner to short, one down. Here's the toy cannon. Morgan taking his lead. Bryles studying to get his sign from McCarver. Now here's the pitch from the stretch. That's a 6-7 to the right-hander. A grounder to second base X. That could be two. That's Javier. Slick fielder with a 2E15 rating. And here's the play. On an 11, that'll be the error rating. An E15, the roll is a 7. And sure enough, it's Javier to Buchek to Kernick double play. So 4-6-3X, nice play by Javier, and that will retire the side. No runs a hit, nobody left. We've played 3 here at the Astrodome, and it is Cardinals 5, Houston 3. Bryles Roberts warming up to start the 4th inning now. Julian Javier, who started that double play with a fine stab in the bottom of the 3rd, he'll be leading it off here in the 4th. As Roberts gets the sign, here's the windup. And here's the pitch to Javier. It's a 3-10 against the right-hander. He pops him up. Left side, Aspromani under it. He's got it, one down. And that'll bring up Jerry Buchek. Buchek bounced to a double play to 3rd his first time up. Roberts gets his sign now, the windup, and the pitch. A 6-8 to the right-hander. Tapper down to 3rd base. Aspromani again. Up with it. Throws across in time. And quickly there are 2 away in the 4th. As Roberts seems to be settling down now, here's Bryles, right-handed batter. And here's the pitch on a 5-11. That's going to be a single. 5-11 homer to 16. The rule's an 11. Of course, the pitcher a weak. He'll get a single on that. It's a 2-out single for Nelson Bryles. And that'll bring up Lou Brock. Brock's 0 for 2 so far. Bryles staying pretty close to the bag as Roberts comes set and from the stretch. The pitch to Brock, a 5-7 to the lefty. He walks him, ball 4. So Bryles down to 2nd. Brock to 1st on the walk, and here's Alex Johnson. Johnson tripled his last time up. Art Mahaffey is ready. Roberts from the stretch. The Pitch to Johnson on a 4-10, a fly ball to left and shallow. Here comes May, still coming, just does catch up with it and makes the catch to retire the side. For the Cardinals, no runs a hit, they leave a pair. So Roberts, another tight wire act in that inning for Robin Roberts. Bryles gets ready to go in the bottom of the fourth here. He's got a 5-3 lead right now. It'll be Gentile, Staub, and Aspromonte for Houston. Gentile 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up. Bryles gets the sign from McCarver. Now here's the windup. The pitch to Jim, a 3-8 high fly ball to deep right field. Back goes Brock to the track and makes the catch on the track. Holy cow. Gentile gave it a ride, but it's just a loud out. And here's Staub. Staub tapped back to the box his first time up. And Bryles comes set now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Staub is a 1-8 fly ball to right field. Coming in a bit this time is Lou Brock. He's under it and makes the catch for the out. And quickly there are 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Aspromonte. He singled his first time up. Came around to score. Bryles gets his side now. The windup. Pitch to Bob is a 5-9 fly to center field. Flood's got a beat on this one. He'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 fly balls and a 1-2-3 inning for Houston. There's 4 in the books, and it's still 5-3. And now we go to the 5th inning. Roberts and S5. I don't know about you, but I get the feeling that Robin Roberts is not long for this ball game. They've cuffed him around pretty good so far. And it will be the heart of the order facing him here in the 5th. Flood, McCarver, and Charlie Smith. Here's Flood now. Flood 1 for 2. Roberts getting his sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to Kurt Flood is a 4-6. Single to 11, but on a 15, that liner is going to find the glove of Sonny Jackson, and there's 1 down. And that'll bring up McCarver. McCarver tripled in a run in the 3rd, homered in the 1st. So he's got the hard part of the cycle out of the way. And here comes Roberts with the pitch to McCarver. On a 5-6, tapper down to second. That's going to be Morgan. He's got it. Over to Gentile, and there's 2 away. And here's Smith now. Smith 1 for 2, RBI single in the 3rd. Roberts gets the sign from Bateman. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-7. Base hit up the middle for Charlie Smith. Ho-ho, a 2-out single. And Charlie's 2 for 3. And that'll bring up Kernick. They've gotten a lot of mileage out of this little computer-only card so far. Kernick, mentioned previously, came into the game batting .342. That's right, .342. 13 for 38. He has 3 doubles. 3 doubles and 10 singles in those 13 hits. Man on first, 2 away. Roberts from the stretch. The pitch to Kernick, a 4-11 to the lefty, and that's a single into left field. That'll be an open single. Smith can try to go to 3rd on that. The left fielder is May, a +1. Smith, a 10, -2 with 2 outs, +2. It's left field, -2. So that's still a 10, 11. Now he'll hold up. So Smith elects to hold up at second, and here's Javier. And here comes Grady Hatton. No surprise to anyone. He's seen enough. One more hit or walk would fatigue him anyway, and they're going to go with the one batter too soon rather than too late theory here. Art Mahaffey, a computer-only card, is going to come on. He pitched in this game in real life. Roberts ends up going 4 2/3. Mahaffey, 2 Fs. Roberts gave up 9 hits in his 4 2/3 innings. He walked 1, struck out 2. He's allowed 5 runs, and the 2 runners on, of course, his responsibility. And here's Mahaffey now to face Julian Javier. Javier 1 for 2. Mahaffey ready to go. The right-hander winds and deals. That's a 1-8 base hit to center. Javier's got a single, 2 outs. Smith can try to score on that. Smith was a 10, right? 1 through 10 with 2 outs, 12 to center. A 0. Here he comes, 1 to 12. Here's Wynn's throw, and he's out. Holy crap. Charlie Smith gunned down at the plate on a fine throw from center by Jimmy Wynn. And that will end the inning. No runs, 3 hits, 2 left on. So Mahaffey gets out of the jam, not by his own doing, of course. And the Cardinals take a 5-3 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Bryle's getting ready to work now. Bryle's retired the last 5 he's faced. Oh, it's never too late, Franklin. It's a 2-run ball game. The problem is, of course, Houston does not have a good bullpen. As I mentioned before, this is where they get into trouble. So here's Lee May to lead things off. May singled his first time up. Bryles comes set. Here's the windup. Pitches a 3-6, a double to 10 on an 18. That's going to be a long single for Lee May. So May aboard to start the bottom of the 5th. And here's Bateman. Bateman, of course, responsible for all 3 Houston runs to this point with his 3-run home run in the 2nd. Bryle's getting his sign now from the stretch. The pitch to Bateman is a 5-7 base hit into left field. It's an open single. May can try to go to third on that. Johnson a +1. May a 13 to third 11 +1 12. With nobody out, he'll hold up at second. So first and second, nobody out, and here's the pitcher. And that's Mahaffey now. He's a 1 right-handed batter, W. A C bunter, and he's going to lay it down. That's an 11 on a C. This could be interesting. He pops it out to first base, runners hold. So Mahaffey pops up the bunt. 1 down, and here's Joe Morgan. Trying to get those runs in a scoring position. He fails to do so, and here's Morgan now. Bryles from the start. Pitch to little Joe, a 2-7 is a fly ball to center field. That's playable for Flood. Drifts to his right a bit and puts it away 2 down. So it'll be up to Sonny Jackson once again. He's 0 for 2 today. Runners take their leads. Bryles from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Sonny Jackson. On a 6-7, it's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Javier. He made one sparkling play already, 2E15. Can he do it again? On a 10, the error rating, it's going to be a 9 on an E15, and he boots it. Holy crap. Did not see that coming. That's an E4, and the bases are loaded. Error St. Louis. And now, here comes the man the Astros love to have up there, Jimmy Wynn. Wynn came into this game batting .328, led the club in homers with 5, leads in RBIs with 14. He's got 10 walks on top of those 19 hits, and he scored 12 times. So this is the guy they want up there. The bases are loaded and 2 down. Bryles from a full windup now. Pitch to the toy cannon is a 4-9. Base hit into center. Holy cow, 1 run's going to score. May's in. Bateman can try to score. Flood's a 0. This is going to be tough because Bateman's a catcher. 1 through 9 with 2 outs, 1 through 11. He's coming. Here's Flood's throw, 1 through 11, and he's in there. Holy cow, it's a tie ball game. Two RBI single. Hang on, I already gave him the single. 2 RBI single. Jackson into third, Wynn into second on the throw. And it's a tie ball game. And Bryles is fatigued. That's right, Bryles only an S5. That's his 3rd hit of the inning, and he is fatigued. Holy cow, both starters early exits today. Oh, crap. Gentile, Staub, Aspromani. Why not? That's right, it's Hal Woodchick time. Many of you remember his memorable performance. And this will be his first appearance since then. He took a couple days off after that 4 1/3 inning outing. Couple days to rest. Bryles ends up going 4 2/3, same as Robin Roberts. He allows 3, 4, 7 hits. 5 runs so far. He walked none. Struck out 1. So Hal Woodchick, the lefty, coming on to face Jim Gentile, Rusty Staub on deck. And Gentile will bat. 2 outs here in the 5th. Woodchick gets his sign. 2-7. He struck him out. And that will end the inning. 2 runs to tie the ball game. On 3 hits, they leave a pair in scoring position. We've played 5 here in the Dome, and it's a 5-5 tie. Chris Zachary is going to come on for Houston. Different situation now. They're in the game. Zachary, pretty good card, actually. 3.44 in 55 innings of relief. He started 8 games. More of a starter than a reliever, but he's available. And let's face it, this Houston pen needs all the help they can get. I always chuckle when there is an Hal. I don't get that one. What do you mean, Franklin? You mean like Hal Richmond, or there is an Hal? Or there is an Ha? Oh, sure, Space Odyssey. Well, what I was thinking of, a lot of people call the game engine in the Strat-O-Matic computer game HAL. Partly after Hal from A Space Odyssey, and of course partly after Hal Richmond, the inventor of Strat-O-Matic. Okay, Zachary ready to go. It's going to be Buchek, the pitcher's spot, and Brock. And they might stick with Woodchick for a while. We'll see what Buchek does. Zachary, the right-hander, into the windup. That's a 5-12 to the righty. A grounder to third base X. That's Aspromonte, a 2E18. Here's the roll on the play. On a 4, diving stop, Aspromonte to his feet, throw across, he nails him. Holy crap, what a play by Aspromonte to just nip Buchek. It's a 5-3X web gem by Aspromonte. And they're going to go ahead and let Woodchick bat. He's a 1W right-handed batter. Here's the pitch now on a 4-7. He walks him. Holy cow, Zachary. The unforgivable sin of walking the opposing pitcher. And Woodchick will take first with one away, and here's Lou Brock now. Brock 0 for 2 with a walk. Zachary getting his sign now from the strip. Here's the pitch to Lou. It's a 6-10 to the lefty. Grounder to first. That's going to be 2. Ground ball first A. Gentile has it. Down to Morgan. Back to Gentile. It's the 3-6-3 double play, and the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, nobody left. It's a 5-5 ball game. And don't worry, we won't let Woodchick pitch 4 innings this time, or 4 1/3. He's rated for a 2 endurance in relief. And he'll be looking at Staub, Aspromonte, and May here in the bottom of the 6th in a tie ball game. And greetings to Trent Smith. And yes, everything's good. Thank you. I still got a little bit of that gravelly throat going on, but we'll push through, The game must go on. Here's Rusty now. He's 0 for 2. Woodchick left on left. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-12 against the lefty. A tapper down to third. That's going to be Smith. He's got it. Throws to Kernick, 1 away. And here's Aspromonte. Bob's 1 for 2 today. Woodchick lines and deals. It's a 3-5 to the lefty. It's a base hit into center. So Bob Aspromonte aboard with a 1-out single. And here's Lee May. Lee's 2 for 2 today. Woodchick from the stretch now. The pitch to May, a 4-6 to the left-hander. He pops him up on the left side. Buchek under it now. Infield fly rule. 2 away. And that'll bring up Bateman. John's 2 for 2, including a 3-run home run back in the second. Woodchick staring in now. Gets his sign from McCarver. The pitch to Bateman. It's a 5-10. Grounder to third base X. That's Charlie Smith, a 3-E-18. Here's the roll on the play. It's a 1. He can't get it. It's a single, 2 stars. Holy cow. Bateman's 3 for 3. And Strat-O-Matic's going to round and hit into third. Runners at the corners. And here's Zachary. And they're going to hit for Zachary. So Zachary goes an inning. He walked 1, got a double play. And wow, this Astro pen, other than the closer Raymond, Ron Taylor is going to get loose. Other than the closer Raymond, there's just not much down there. But they need to try to score here. Runners at the corners and 2 down. And they're going to send up Dave Nicholson. He played in this game in real life. Right-handed hitter. Nicholson, normally a starting outfielder. He's batting .323. He played 8 games, 31 at bats, a homer and 3 runs batted in. Woodchick, as of right there, was in his second inning of work, so that single counts against him. And here's the pitch to Nicholson. 6-6 to the right-hander. Single into center field. That's going to drive in a run. RBI single for Nicholson. Bateman can try to go to third on that, but a 1 through 9, he will not. Strat-O-Matic comes in to score an RBI single by Nicholson, and it's 6-5. And here's Joe Morgan. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Woodchick. And Ray Sadecki getting loose in the pen. And here's Morgan. Righty Tracy Stallard joins Sadecki. Woodchick staring in now. First and second, 2 down. 6-5 Houston. And here's the pitch to Joe Morgan. The 5-11 to the left-hander. Grounder to first base X. That'll be Kernick. A 3-E-26. Here's the roll on the play on an 18. Kernick stabs it, runs it to the bag just in time. And that will do it for the Astros. They pick up a run on 3 hits and leave a pair. And they lead at 6-5 after 6 complete. Now they've got the lead going to the 7th. Let's give them the best chance we can. They're going to go to Don Lee instead of Taylor. I know. But they have the lead now. That makes it a different situation. And Lee's not great either. 4.86 in 37 innings, 45 hits. As I mentioned before, the only real reliable pitcher down there is Claude Raymond. He would come on to close it. He could pitch the last 2 innings if necessary. So we'll keep that in mind. And for the Cardinals, it's going to be Alex Johnson to lead things off in the 7th. Oh, that's good, Trent. Yeah, we're sitting at around mid to high 40s today. I was out and about early, had a couple of appointments, and stopped and got some lunch at Panda Express. And it was actually quite pleasant. Other than the overcast skies, almost an early spring day in Spokane. Okay, 6-5 Astros going to the 7th. Don Lee coming on to pitch for Houston. Here's Alex Johnson now. Lee the windup. The pitch to AJ is a 1-8 comebacker. Lee spears it. Over to Gentile, 1 down. And here's Kurt Flood now. Kurt's 1 for 3. Lee into the windup. Pitch to Flood, a 5-8 to the righty. It's a triple to 5, but on a 15, he will settle for a long single, and Kurt Flood's aboard with 1 down. Flood, a star 15 stealer. Lee, a -2, makes him a 13, and they will not hold him on. They'll give it to him. 65% if he wants to go for it. McCarver's going to hit away. McCarver, a homer and a triple today. He'd love to get that double out of the way and only need a single for the cycle. Yeah, right. Runner on first, 1 down. Lee from the stretch. Pitch to McCarver, a 3-7 fly ball to right field. That's going to be playable for Staub. He's right there under it, and there's 2 away. And it will be up to Charlie Smith. And here's the pitch to Smith, and there goes Flood. The throw from Bateman, 13. He's out. Ho, ho, Flood. Trying to surprise everybody there. But he didn't surprise John Bateman, who threw a strike down to Joe Morgan covering, who applied the tag, and that will end the inning. I figured there with 2 outs, you try to get in scoring position for Smith. Maybe he could knock in the tying run. But it didn't work out for St. Louis. Woodchick's pitched an inning and a third. And he'll face Jackson, Wynn, and Gentile in the bottom of the inning. Warming up behind him, Al Jackson and Don Dennis. And here's Sonny, 0 for 3 today. Woodchick into the windup. Here's the pitch on a 1-8. He walks him. Lead off walk to the speedy Sonny Jackson. And here comes Shane Deanston. That's going to be it for Woodchick. How about that? He's going to Al Jackson, starter reliever. Woodchick goes 1 1/3. 3 hits and a walk. He struck out 1, struck out Gentile to end the 5th. He gave up a run. That means 5 runs charged to Bryles. And here's Al Jackson now. Let's see what Jackson has done so far this season. He's been in 6 ball games, 7 2/3 innings, and he's been clobbered for a 9.39 ERA so far. And it's a good card. He got a 2.51 in 233 innings of work. He's a -2, by the way. Jackson, of course, extremely fast. Star 19. McCarver a -1, 16. He'll be held on, making him a 1 through 14. And Jimmy Wynn's going to hit away. Jackson gets his sign from the stretch. The pitch to the toy cannon on a 1-5. It's a double to 12 and a 20. He'll settle for a long single, 2 stars. Jackson easily into third base. And the Astros have something going here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at the corners and nobody out. And here's Gentile. Gentile 0 for 3. Crowd on its feet. Jackson setting it from the stretch. That's a 1-8. Struck him out. Ho, big strikeout there for Al Jackson. And the batter will be Rusty Staub. Jackson comes set now from the stretch. The pitch to Staub, a 5-10 to the left-hander. Grounder to shortstop X. That could be 2, but it's Buchek, a 4E56. Holy cow, here's the play. It's a 2, single, 2 stars. Buchek cannot get it. And that's going to be an RBI single for Staub. Jackson in to score. Wynn will chug right into third base. And it's 7-5 Houston. And the crowd's going crazy here in Houston. They really feel like they've got a contender on their hands this year. And here's Aspermani. Jackson from the stretch now. The pitch to Bob on a 1-10. He pops him up left side. That's going to be Buchek under it. Infield fly rule. 2 down. And here's Lee May. Jackson from the stretch. The pitch to May, a 1-12. He walks him and the bases are loaded. Holy crap, a 2-out walk. Staub down to second. And here comes Bateman. Bateman 3 for 3 with a 3-run homer. Bateman getting a big hand as he steps to the plate. Jackson trying to get out of this now and keep this at a 2-run ball game. Bateman trying to bust it open. And here's the pitch to Bateman. It's a 1-6 single to 11, but that liner is going to find the glove of Charlie Smith, and that will retire the side. And thank you, Kurt Miller. You're absolutely right. I see that now. Of course, when I enter the game into the computer game, it will do it for me automatically. So actually, it would have corrected it then. But I still appreciate it. So the Astros tack on an insurance run on 2 hits, and they leave the bases full. That could prove to be pivotal. Waste not, want not, the saying goes. We've completed 7 here at the Dome. It's Astros 7, Cardinals 5. They're going to send up Charlie Smith, George Kernick, and Julian Javier against Don Lee in the 8th. And now, Claude Raymond's throwing down in the Houston pen. Lee will begin the inning. Here's Charlie Smith, Don Lee into the windup. That's going to be a 3-10 base hit into right field. Smith's aboard of the leadoff single. And here comes Grady Hatton. He's not wasting any time. He's going to pull Don Lee right here. And the call goes down to the pen for Raymond. So Lee goes 1+, 2 hits. No walks, no Ks, no runs so far. And here comes the one good reliever in the Astro pen. It's Claude Raymond. Led the club with 16 saves in real life, 3.13 earned run average. Let's see what he's done in the replay. 1-0 with 2 saves, but a 12.71 ERA in 5 2/3 innings. So it's kind of a shaky start to the season for Raymond. But he's their stopper, and here's Kernick. Man on first, nobody out. Smith not a threat to run. Raymond gets the sign from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Kernick. That's going to be a 5-8. Grounder to second. That's going to be 2. It's Morgan to Jackson to Gentile. Double play. So Raymond gets what he needs there. Ground ball double play. And with 2 down, it'll be Julian Javier. Javier's 2 for 3. Raymond from the full windup. Pitch to Julian, a 5-10 to the righty. He struck him out. So Claude Raymond comes on and restores order here in the 8th for St. Louis. No runs, a hit, nobody left. And they are running out of time as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3. St. Louis, Houston. St. Louis coming up. No, Houston coming up. What am I saying? What is wrong with me today? And I should have double switched there. Damn it. Well, we're not taking Raymond out. He's all they've got. He's going to bat against Al Jackson, beginning his 2nd inning of work. And here's the pitch. It's a 5-10 to the right. He grounded to short X. That's Buchek. Buchek the Butcher, 4-56. Here it is on a 9. Error range. That's 11. He boots it. Oh, no surprise there. E6, error Buchek. 2nd error for St. Louis. And Claude Raymond's aboard. He says, what pinch hitter? I don't need a pinch hitter. And here's Joe Morgan. Left on left now with Jackson. From the stretch. Pitch to Little Joe is a 1-8. Homer to 1. That's a deep fly ball to right field. Brock's got a beat on it, though. He'll make the catch for the out. And here's Jackson. Jackson against Jackson here, left on left. It's a 1-3, tapper down to third base. That's going to be a forced play. Smith has it to Javier, and that's all they'll get. So a 5-3 force, Jackson aboard. He'll have to be held on, of course. That'll make him a 1-14. And they're not going to take the bat out of Jimmy's hands. He's 2 for 4. Knocked in a pair. The windup and the pitch to the toy cannon on a 1-9 deep fly ball to left field, but that's going to hang up just enough for Alex Johnson to get under it and put it away to retire the side. No runs, no hits, they leave a man. And it's crunch time. Let's check Houston's defense now. They could do a little better in left field. They've got another left fielder they've used before, don't they? I guess they don't. Oh, Nicholson, I already used him to pinch hit. That's who I was thinking of. Jackson, Wynn. That's about as good as it's going to get. Normally I would replace Lee May in left field, but we've already used Nicholson. So it's all up to Claude Raymond from Houston's perspective, their closer, trying to get 3 outs in the 9th. Buchek due to lead off. Are we going to let him bat? Let's see what else they've got. They could bring in Maxville. He'll hit for the pitcher. They did use Gagliano in this game in real life. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Buchek. And that will be Phil Gagliano. Gagliano, a slight improvement on Buchek. Raymond ready to work now. Gagliano stands in from the right side. 2-9. Pop up, left side. Jackson under it. There's one down. And actually that should have been over here. Gagliano. Now we'll have a hitter for the pitcher. And that's going to be Mike Shannon. He's the best player they have on the bench. Shannon played quite a bit that year, 459 at bats. I assume what happens here in this season is at some point he takes over in right field and they move Brock to his more comfortable position in left. I've been kind of shocked all along to see Brock's 3E20 plus 2 out there in right. But for now, it'll be Shannon, the pinch hitter. Shannon standing in from the right side. Raymond gets the sign from Bateman. Here's the windup. The pitch to Mike Shannon, a 4-7 single to one, but that liner is going to go right into the glove of Sonny Jackson. And the Cardinals are down to their last out in the form of Lou Brock. Brock 0 for 3 with a walk today. Brock standing in from the left side. 7-5 Houston, 2 outs in the ninth. Raymond from the windup. The pitch to Brock on a 1-5. He struck him out. And that's the ball game. Raymond, an awesome 2 innings. He was maligned a little coming into the game, but he redeemed himself here. Boy, Kurt, I don't see who else it could be. 3 for 4, a 3-run homer. You could make a case for McCarver with a homer and a triple. But yep, your chief Spokane Gary player of the game is going to be John Bateman. Jackson went 2 innings. Struck out 2. No hits. No walks. Raymond 2 innings. Let's see, that was no, I got that backwards. Hang on, that's frickin' Raymond's line. No hits, no walks, 2 Ks, no runs. Holy crap, and I'm a mess today. That's not even close to being the final score, is it? My apologies. 7-5, of course. I only said it about 4 times. So I gotta fix Jackson's line now. His 2 innings, he gave up 2 hits, no runs. walked one, struck out one. 5-5, they took the lead in the 6th. So Woodchick's the loser, I believe. And the winning pitcher, 5 2/3, Lee was actually on there. Looks to me like Lee will be the winner with a save from Raymond. That would be Raymond's 3rd save. Lee, I doubt if he has any decisions. In fact, that's his first appearance of the season. How about that? Don Lee, his first appearance of the season, he picks up the win. And again, if I'm wrong about that, the Windows game will correct it when I enter the game manually. Woodchick with the loss drops to 1-1. So, Woodchick was awesome in the last game he came in. Not so much so today, but that's baseball. Houston ends up with 7 runs. On 12 hits. They made an error. The Cardinals 5 runs on 12 hits. They made 2 errors. And that's your final from the Astrodome as the Astros nip the Cardinals 7-5. They improved to 9-7 on the season. The Cardinals, an 83-win team in real life, dropped to 5-9. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Hit that like button on your way out. And tomorrow I'll be back at the normal time of 1 p.m. And let's see what's on the slate for tomorrow. It's the Atlanta Braves at the Los Angeles Dodgers. And it will be Wade Blasingame opposing Big D, Don Drysdale for L.A. Yes, Franklin, 24 hits. I'm surprised there weren't more runs. Well, thank you, Mike. I got a little sloppy with the scoring there, but it was a good game. Good close game, back and forth early on. Claude Raymond on for 2 innings to shut the door. And that's going to do it for me. I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific for Braves at Dodgers. Please join me for that. Meanwhile, it's Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. Take care, guys.